Today, I want to talk about something that I believe is often overlooked when it comes to hotel stays, and that is the art of checking out. Now, I know what you might be thinking because I do this quite often with most of my episodes. There's always an art to doing something, and you probably by now wondering, how can that be? I really believe that's just the way it is. If you want to have the best experience with anything, you need to figure out the art of doing it. Hey, and welcome to the Hospitality Suite, the podcast that helps you live your best hotel life. So imagine you are at a restaurant and it's right about dessert, and instead of being served a panna cotta or a creme brulee or some churros, the staff serve you a cup of mouthwash. Now, I've got nothing against mouthwash, and it probably fits in somewhere at the end of the evening before you go to bed, but the timing would be completely wrong if it happened to you and you were served mouthwash at the time when you're expecting a sweet dessert. I think of checkout in a similar kind of way. It has to be one of those planned experiences. So from a timing point of view, it fits in and it completes your entire experience in a very, very nice way. So how I do it, and it works almost all the time, is to break down checkout into 3 stages. The first stage is the night before. So you've had an amazing stay, and the last thing you want is a chaotic morning rush, and you need to do certain things to avoid that. And one of the secrets that I have to share with you is you need to start thinking about packing your valuables. You know that wine bottle that was left for you as a gift? You need to pack that. It's yours. They gave it to you. There's absolutely no shame in packing that away. As far as packing anything else, that's probably where I would leave it. I wouldn't pack anything else, and I don't pack anything else. I would also start looking at these chargers that we have these days, these expensive iPhone, Samsung chargers. Pack that away. There's nothing worse than leaving that behind and you start resenting the place where you visited because you forgot your charger, and let's say for some unfortunate reason they can't find it. So pack that away. Make sure that's nicely secure. You also want to look for those stuffed animals. If you have kids like myself, my daughter Nala has got this stuffed animal. His name is Rufus. We got him 11 years ago. I remember this because he was a gift from Browns. They give you this stuffed animal as a gift if you buy your wedding rings from them. And my daughter has clinged onto this thing, and all hell will break loose if you cannot find Rufus. So you want to pack the Rufuses of the world and make sure you don't leave them behind. The next thing that I like doing the night before is to have a look at my bill. It's just a quick audit to make sure that there's no dodgy minibar bills or too many Jack Daniels that I never had, and correct this with the staff. If I'm happy that everything is in order, what I'll also do, let's say I know that I'm not going to add anything else on my bill the next morning, is I'll request for my bill and actually pay it the night before. You can either go down and pay it, or you can have a hotel these days send you a payment link. Hotels can send you a secure link if you're an online fundi and you just pay your bill online, and Bob is your uncle. The payment links actually remind me of my hotel school days. The equivalent of a payment link back in those days was a pigeonhole where you could stuff your bill, which was attached to a form with your credit cards if you didn't want to go to reception. And this was called the express checkouts box. And those kind of people always just gave me the feeling that they just were organized and they planned their checkout the night before. It wasn't like wake up in the morning and then I need to check out, I need to pay the bill. The mere fact that they put those forms together, signed their bills, attached a credit card. Obviously, it's frowned upon these days for very good reasons with all the fraud that's going around. But it was just a nice, nifty sort of facility or service offering from the hotel to allow you to just drop your bill with your credit card and check out. So just something I thought about now as I was talking about secure payment link, that it never used to be like that. The last thing that I like to do the night before is start looking for some cash and scratching for some notes, because if you have luggage, you're most likely going to need a porter to assist you the next morning. And the last thing you want is to be standing there, a porter has assisted you, and you cannot show him the courtesy that he deserves, which is to give him A nice tip. Okay, now let's move on to the second stage, which is the morning breakfast run. If you are like me, you do this as late as possible. I'm the late breakfast kind of guy. I'm the sparkling wine with my breakfast kind of guy. I'm the late checkout kind of guy. And that's just how I roll. There's a few things that I like to do, though, to just make sure that I continue with my experience, which is a good experience all the way to checkout. And that is run about this time, breakfast time, to go to reception and have my key extended, because most likely I will have breakfast going over the checkout time. And if you go to hotels quite often, you'll know at 11 o'clock or so, that's usually when your checkout is and your key will expire. So if you want to just avoid having breakfast, enjoying yourself, and then going all the way to your room and finding your key is deactivated, do this while you're at breakfast or just before you finish breakfast. Go and have your key extended so that you don't walk all the way and your key doesn't work when you get to your room. The morning breakfast run is probably the best time to ask for a late checkout. Most hotels will not commit in advance to giving you a late checkout because they never know how they'll end up on the night of your stay or the morning of your checkout. So this is probably the best time to ask for it. And it just allows you to explore a little bit more, enjoy a little bit more. If you want to go for one last swim or you just want to relax and just take your time with breakfast, this is the way I usually do it. The third and final stage to enjoying a fantastic stay all the way to check out is what I call Bon Voyage. Bon Voyage is French for safe travels. And if you've followed steps 1 and 2 correctly, this is the grand finale. This stage is like almost your opportunity to just make your mark and show gratitude to staff, give a tip to somebody, give a tip to a couple of somebodies, and maybe even complain about something that didn't quite meet your expectations. Don't be shy to share your thoughts, politely of course. Hotels are eager to make your stay memorable, and constructive feedback is gold to them. Who knows, you might even score a little something as compensation. So there you have it. You now have a full list of my 3 stages of checking out: the night before, getting your prep work done; the breakfast run, taking your time with that breakfast; and the Bon Voyage, leaving your mark. With a little bit of planning and a dash of charm, you can turn your checkout experience into the cherry on top of your hotel stay. Remember, checking out isn't just about paying your bill. It's about wrapping your adventure in style. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and as always, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep embracing the world of hospitality. Cheers for now.